They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears. Lurching closer toward the midway. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Fields. And that's caught by his tight end, Dalton Keene. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Bears at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves. And
he's taken down here by the Saints. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third and long. It's Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line. And it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested, because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Again, it's Kamara. And he's got it to about the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
said there, no backs in the backfield, all receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit and not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Fields now to throw. And Matthew. And the Saints are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way up near midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. 42 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Winston to give. It's Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, Winston. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. He's got room at the 30 and all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Only took him 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone just like that. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They run it again with Kamara. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No score after 1 on EA Sports. See what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. at the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Fields. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Second down and 3. Here's Fields. And that's caught. It's Brian Edwards. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're a back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And this will be caught by Edwards. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they enter play here, this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
He's got a man, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
On 1st and 10, Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 42. A give up the gut to Hill. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 50, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. first down throw, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And out of bounds right around the 20.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down. Fields. And his throw here is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now Fields. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They just do get the play off. Now Winston. This one incomplete. Almost picked up by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston, and he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Trying to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important, too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Here's Hardy set to return. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete there to Thomas. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Kamara up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Thomas brings it in. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Working out of the gun, Winston. Throwing middle, and it's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Jameis to throw it. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To throw is Fields. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Fields shakes off the sand. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First target, first catch, and a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch it. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Winston's throw caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 36 yards. And the Saints are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets them 8.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time looked well for a solid gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They have punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a Scotia credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters, and this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Demario Davis there on the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Fields on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Edwards. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Bears tried it on. Unable to convert, and the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, they run with Howard. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. They go with Howard again. There he goes, left side. That one good for 37 yards. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to